Welcome back to the Talent Table with Alaina and Christie. I am so excited about today's episode. We're going to talk about talent agility, more specifically on how to level up if you're looking for opportunities within your organization, not necessarily outside, but how you can best prepare for those. We have two special guests with us today. We have Adam Carlson and Griffin Thompson joining us, and they're going to talk about their journey in the enterprise technology space. Hello all. Hi, Christie. Hi, Adam. Hi, Griffin.
All right. Well, Adam, Griffin, we are really excited to have you with us today. I really think there's nothing more top of mind for job seekers and even those in the talent space and what the future of the workforce is going to look like and what those critical skill sets that will be needed will be. So you both have done a fabulous job of kind of redesigning your careers internally. And I think it'd be totally awesome for you to share that with our viewers. So Griffin, can you tell me a little bit about your current role and maybe some of the key technical skills that you employ?
Yeah, of course. So I'm currently working as a data analyst on a customer quality data team. We basically receive tickets from all over the company to clean up our customers' data. A lot of times duplicate profiles are created or name errors are coming to us, and we need to fix those to help our customers earn back that money that they should be receiving. A lot of the technical skills that we're using, we're in Data Studio and using SQL, canned queries, and our own queries to gather that account information to then sift through and kind of do a little investigative work to find some of those answers and make some of those connections to make sure all of that customer data is correct. A lot of times you have to have some really good decision-making skills in my role, just because a lot of these answers aren't always 100%. You have to figure out and use your best judgment to kind of find these solutions and create that solution for these customers.
Awesome. Thanks, Griffin. So Adam, can you tell us a little bit about your day-to-day?
Sure. I'm on a team, we're called the MLP team. So we're the machine learning platform team. What we do is we help provide a platform for our data scientists and our machine learning engineers to perform their advanced analytics. So some of the technologies we use, we've got Docker, we're running Kubernetes, we've got our Jupyter notebooks. We're currently now starting to pivot towards AWS. So that's pretty new for our team. Quite a bit of skilling up that needs to take place, which is pretty important in our team. We're pretty much expected to take anything that comes our way, figure it out, document it, and then help our data scientists and our machine learning engineers understand that space. So I really enjoy the idea that from 1 week to the next, it really could be something different. We've been in this AWS space now for a few months, and it's a vast space. So the learning there really almost never ends. And there's always a lot of new things going on in that space with new things coming out for analytics. So it's exciting. You really have to do a lot of reading. You really have to keep up with those technologies. And that is one of the expectations of our team is wanting to learn and being curious. And really not being afraid to dive in and work with something you're just not familiar with. And I actually really enjoy that aspect of the job.
I know you've had a bit of a journey to get where you're at. So can you talk to us a little bit about what that looked like to get you to your current role?
Sure. So a long time ago, I joined the Army for 4 years. When I actually joined the Army, there was no internet, so I didn't know you could join for free. So I would have done that had I known that. That then allowed me, I got the GI Bill college fund. I went on to school for a long time. My degree was in physics and minor mathematics. That really wasn't my intended direction. I really had intended to go towards engineering, but it just kind of worked out that way. From there, I worked for 15 years for an insurance company doing software development. I didn't have a lot of experience in that space. But because of the sort of technical aptitude you need for, mathematics and physics, I was able to pick those things up, and I had to learn a little bit at school. So we did VB6, some Java, I did some Python, and the last maybe 4 or 5 years I did some web development. So a lot of fun, a lot of different things. Within that space, you're always learning something new, right? That is the expectation as a software developer. I left my previous employer to come where I'm at now. I worked for about 3 years as a web developer. As part of that journey, within that job, there's a lot of learning, a lot of reading that you have to do, oftentimes outside of work. And I stumbled across this thing called machine learning and data scientist. I had a friend doing that work, but I really didn't understand what it meant. I started doing some reading online. I got interested. I realized I needed to get back up to speed with some of the mathematics. So I took some online courses for machine learning, for mathematics. Some of the material then became a little more understandable to me. I watched some videos, did a lot of reading, took some online courses. That then led me to actually applying within the organization for a data scientist job. Now, the job was actually machine learning engineer, but at the time, it was so new that the organization didn't actually have the title of machine learning engineer. So I was actually happy to see that that's what it was going to be, because the machine learning engineer needs to be a little bit of a developer, a little bit of a DevOps guy, and a little bit of a data scientist. So I applied for the job, got the interview. It was a pretty long interview, about 4 hours. I was pretty exhausted. I felt like I kind of stumbled a little bit, so I kind of went home a little sad. And then the next day, I got an offer. I actually looked up in our HR system to make sure they didn't make a mistake and send it to the wrong person. But I got the job, and I really enjoyed it ever since. The key thing was this was something I had to do on my own. I was interested in it, so I invested my own time outside of work in that space, and in the end, it all paid off. So I've been really happy, sort of transitioning from pure software developer to having to understand Docker and Kubernetes and now AWS. It's really been a shift for me, and it's really been enjoyable. I've really enjoyed it.
Awesome. That's a great story, Adam. I love that piece that you said about really being prepared for the opportunity and not necessarily, waiting for, certain resources or things like that. You just kind of went out there and prepared yourself to be ready for the opportunity that came. So great story, great story. So Griffin, I want to turn it to you, and speaking to someone right now that's watching and maybe in a different department, business area, say they're in HR, customer service, something like that kind of aligns with your story. Can you tell us a little bit about your transition and those specific?
So I actually just recently graduated college with a degree in business information systems. And while in that role and kind of in my old role in a service aspect, I was finishing my degree and I was gaining a lot of new experiences because of the opportunities that I found. I joined as a call center representative with the company, and they actually helped me out with tuition reimbursement and invested in me. So I was super grateful for them, and I actually became one of their top performers. Because of this, they gave me even more responsibilities on a couple different teams of growth and development for the whole department, mentoring my peers and helping my own supervisors and helping them level up as well, and getting a lot of good business knowledge while developing my technical skills while I was at college. When I was at college, a lot of the main things that I focused on were my big projects and basically taking them to the next level to provide help for local nonprofits in my community to basically build these systems to help them. So I got to be able to use my skills, develop my skills, and give back to my community. And that looked even better for when I was ready to apply for these jobs and get ready. So for me, I did a lot of things like networking and virtual cups of coffee in this bigger company that I was in, even with a service role, and built numerous contacts to help me develop and get ready for this new opportunity. Through those virtual cups of coffee, I ended up doing a lot of job shadows in the technology department, and I was able to secure a couple interviews and get the job that I ended up wanting right out of college. So it was pretty great.
That's awesome. I appreciate that story, Griffin. A lot of networking and really going out there and being proactive and making those relationships. I think that's key in moving forward in your career as well. So I just want to thank both Adam and Griffin for your time today. Thanks for joining us and sharing about your roles and how you got to where you are in your talent mobility story. We'll be back next week as we talk all things leadership and leading high-performing teams. But if there's a topic or something you want to know more about, drop it in the comments below. Otherwise, we look forward to catching up with you next week. Bye.
Thanks, Griffin. Bye, Christy.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.